way past the halfway mark, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what we will try and focus on at this point. There you go. Here comes the rockets in, and the Congress is rocketing in very comfortably past the halfway mark. 114 is where they stand at. They've actually gone up to 115 at this point. And of course, the BJP trailing far behind, 76. Will they even make up in the subsequent rounds if they claim that these booths will favor them, as they are still hoping against hope? Looks highly unlikely that the Congress is going to be beaten, or the BJP is going to make up this gap of nearly 29 seats from the last time around, and so far short from that halfway mark, that is 113. Right now, the Congress comfortably beyond that halfway, and also the majority number with 2 seats plus. 112 is the halfway and 113 majority. 114, 115 is the lead right now. That's where they are as far as the Congress is concerned. So very comfortable in pole position to form government on their own. No Khichdi Sarkar. The trend very clearly shows it's a single party, not just a single largest party, but the party that will also have absolute majority to form government. At present, it is the Congress party. As the rockets zoom out, let's straight away zoom across to the live result hub in Hyderabad. Yes.
First results, Anand. Congress is winning from Chitradurga constituency number 98 from Challakere. It is Mr. Raghumurthy of the Congress party winning. So that has been announced. That's the first win that's been announced. 98.
Yeah, Raghumurthy of the Congress. In fact, in Chitradurga, other than Shimoga, most of the central districts seem to be going with the Congress this time around. From Kudligi, a Congress candidate is leading. From Sandur, again, a Congress candidate is leading. That whole belt from Vijayanagara, Congress candidate is leading. And then I talked about Ballari. All seats, Ballari city seat, Ballari rural seat, all of those seats, it's the Congress that seems to be leading. So I think there is a shift that's happened, certainly in this belt as far as Congress is concerned. If you go back and check in on this belt last time around in 2018, the BJP would have got a large number. Here you go. All of these seats in the Chitradurga constituency were won by the BJP last time around. This time, the Congress seemingly doing better.
If we want to look at it from the caste point of view, which is the caste which is staying with the BJP?
All right, just give me 1 second as we wait for the filter to go back up.
Umbrella.
All right. I think the Lingayats, there is definitely a story there. I'm just going to put in the Lingayat filter. There were 67 seats that the BJP dominated last time. I think there is a story there. I think the Lingayat seats have split. The BJP has lost in some of those Lingayat seats. They're down 17 from last time. They're down to 23, the Congress 37. And those Lingayat seats are concentrated in central and in North Karnataka. I think that's really a story. You just compare the blues to the saffron that happened last time around. Look at this. The whole thing, other than a few pockets of blue, the whole thing was saffron. So this time it's almost the inverse of it.
Zaka, if I may add to the Lingayat point, what we are seeing, because we saw the defections of some, Jagdish Chettar and others, you're not seeing a collapse of the Lingayat vote for BJP, but you're seeing a major erosion of it. Yeah. So it's got split. So the numbers are very clear.
Vote as well.
Exactly. So in coastal Karnataka, for example, Jagdish Chettar is losing, but Lakshman Sewadi is winning in the other seat, right? So overall, there is a major there is a decline in the Lingayat seats for the BJP. It's not a wipeout, but there's a major
decline.
shift.
Is it only because of the leaders, or is it also because a lot of the Mathadishas, the Mathas among the Lingayats, are not very happy with the way some of these Mathadishas were even asked for commission or bribes? The other aspect is the entire game of Panchamshali Lingayats, quotas for them. Did they actually vote?
I think
with removing Mr. Yediyurappa.
Yediyurappa.
He quit, and suddenly we had a news break saying he had come to meet the PM.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I just came to meet whatever. Then
Correct.
he goes back, and then the news comes out that he has quit as chief minister. And then all these people come to him, and there are all these visuals of him sitting with the mutt. It's a very plain fact that this time around, a critical difference was made to the BJP's fortunes, especially among the Lingayat community, because it was not Mr. Yediyurappa who was fighting to be chief minister of the state.
But and was he actually campaigning to the extent with which it will do? Or would you look at the fact that these are also rural belts where the Congress's 5 guarantees came into play?
Yes.
The cost,
5 guarantees, yes.
the 2,000 rupee to the women, the Mahila votes, because a lot of these seats also have women voters who are dominant.
Certainly,
and if you see the rural belts and the interior belts, is there a certain level of dissonance saying that or perhaps what the state should have done actually has not been done, irrespective of what the centre was doing for this grouping. And the result may be different in 2024 Lok Sabha, but right now there is a certain punishment that had to be meted out. I'm just asking.
There are two things. One is that when you look at many of these central government schemes, they matter in relative terms much more in North India than south of the Winters, simply because there are different levels of living.
No, already saying no.
But may I make another point?
Here's an addition.
May I make another point?
Center and state, it
Sure.
will be different elections, so they are anyways benefiting from the central schemes. So this is an addition. Five promises of the Congress is in addition to what is
Absolutely,
what is
it's
coming
in
from
addition.
the
Those
BJP.
promises mattered, and also on the ground, you've not had a very efficient state government, and that has percolated down. It's an election fought on local issues, and the Congress managed to keep the attention on local issues. The Congress was resisted the temptation of making it national.
See, I want to make 3 points. See, the 40% government thing was a very Bangalore thing. No, it has not had any great effect in Bangalore, though. But there's a corruption thing that was very simmering in rural Karnataka, especially in the parts that he's showing of recruitment. That there was a recruitment scam, but it never made big news in our papers. But there was a great deal of disgruntlement about that. And two, it's not just Lingayat votes; it's the ST votes that seem to have gone there. That's why I'm saying you should look at those numbers. I don't know whether we'll ever get it correctly, but I think that also is something you need to look at. It's not just the Lingayat votes. I think.
I'm just looking at central Karnataka again. This is Chitradurga, Davangere, Haveri, Shimoga. Chitradurga also, we tend to forget that whole scandal in that matha was in this belt. So, there were a lot of Lingayats who were unhappy because of that. Griha has an update, but look at this. Out of 26 seats in the central districts, 17 have gone to the Congress, a gain of 12. BJP down 13 in single digits. I think that, again, is a story. But Griha, yes, go ahead.
Zaka, an update from Bangalore Urban. Chamrajpet is a constituency where Zameer Ahmed Khan has won. So this is the second victory that's been announced. And the margin of votes is over 40,000, 160.
Last time he won with
At Chamrajpet.
33,000 votes. This time the margin is increased despite Bhaskar Rao. I think he's a former police commissioner. He switched over to the BJP. Zameer, I think, had famously said he's not going to campaign. And I guess he had reason enough to say that. But again, the Bangalore city, now the Congress has gone slightly up 16 to the BJP's 15. But BJP has gained 4. The Congress is down 1. So let's see. I think some of the older Congress stalwarts, Harris is back in the lead in Shantinagar. I think Mr. George is in the lead. So some of the older Congress guys are still leading. In the outer sort of constituencies, the BJP seems to have
Zaka,
made
what
some
about
gains.
those 72 new faces that the BJP had fielded?
Yeah, let's just take a quick check. I think a lot of them were in, let's say, the old Mysore belt.